my last medicinal tea today. I sips, I swallows. Yeah. Ellsworth 2. Hello there. Miss Diva. Majora. You're looking lovely today. I hope that you're enjoying your weekend. Oh, thank you. A very resting weekend. Yes, I am. It's very nice to rest. Oh my gosh. It's become one of my favorite things to do this. Is sleep. Yeah. Rest makes the body heal.
Mm-hmm.
Some activity, athletic, and then rest. Done actually, athletic, although rest has helped me feel better. We showed and told security guards and police and paramedics. Some other residents were doing all that stalking stuff to us, harassments, bullying, threats, violence, etc. Stalking us off and on and off the internet. And all evidence too, including all securities cameras on, all images, all live, all real time, and all recorded. All witnessed all that, and all those securities guards, and that all should, can, could, may, must, and need, show and tell, and showed and told, all that, all those, all happened, and all did, and all tried did, all about, and all to, and all about my parents, and my parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents, and my parents' 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 parents, and all animals, and all pets, all fur babies, and myself, including all the times they tried, showed and told it was the other way around, and instead it remained the same as I mentioned before that. We did nothing wrong. We weren't even there. And all who, what, where, when, why, and how tried, showed and told we were to and were instead. It doesn't work that way. Eventually the truth will come out, and other people can get more exposed, more suspended, more expelled, more fired, more evicted if they're tenants. Can just go away, and all those, alleged condominiums and alleged staff, 21 Sherby Road, none of it matters. They're guilty. That's just the way it is, and they do not have it stay out of jail free cards because of us named Bellis. My parents and my parents' parents and my parents' parents' parents and my parents' 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 parents and all animals and all pets, all fur babies and myself, Bellis's. I mean, I'm home and I don't want to know any stalkers. As I mentioned, I don't care to try. I'm just sitting here between sips of my newest hot caffeinated beverage. And all times stalkers tried, showed and told they knew us and their acquaintances and our family and our friends and our exes. That doesn't change anything. They did it. That's that. As I mentioned during another live stream, I read it all out loud. It's all been witnessed, all of it. I've had some of the most mentally ill and or neurologically impaired other residents next doors. Honestly. And here too is not all that good. Other residents. Instead of doing more, they should have been judiciary punished, jailed with and or without paroled and or probation, new with and or without sued, each of them, including the condominium corporation staff and staff 2100 Sherby Road, 2018 and 2019. Stalkers and cyber stalkers. Sometimes same person, sometimes not the same cyber stalker. Away, piss off, leave us alone, leave me alone. They actually responded and told those stalkers, yeah, you do that, you go away. Because the paramedics cannot, could not, may not, must not, need not divulge any of my personal information to any other residents and their guests and staff. Police too. All emergencies personnel. saying on my community page today, community post posted, I did not lie. I did not lie. Those other people really did that. And other people did too, although there were the most there then. Janice, celebrity stalker Janice, and Janice, two parents, Jean and Roger Payton, and celebrity stalker Norman Thompson, now alleged youngest brother, and his siblings Estelle and Tom allegedly, and celebrity stalker Bill Beckett. There have been others in addition to all those. And I often look like I'm living, enjoying an independent lifestyle, and or some other people have mistakenly prejudged else, because I'm with my mom lots, and my mom didn't always remember it lots. All before, all during, all later, and since December 12th, 2024. I don't even have a landline at home anymore because of all those other people, all they did. I don't even have a laptop anymore. It's mostly all handheld devices. Home is a place of home. And I found a video I made of sections 2A and 2B or 2B and C, something like that. PSCC 850, and I vlogged it once more. Other people did not do that to us. All about us, all to us, and all about us. They did not do that. They did not do that. And we showed and told others. We legally, lawfully sane, competent, and employable showed and told others. And my little balcony garden should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not offended anybody. And did anybody complain to alleged condominium staff, they should be, well, they're wrong. And it's none of their business. And they should, can, could, may, must, and need judiciary. I deserve judiciary justice, criminal judiciary justice, because the balcony is tidy as anything. There's just a little garden. I was going to do more before June 5 this year. Instead, that's all there is. I can hear a dog barking. Can you? Beauty sip. Oh, that's good. Delicious. Honestly, does it bother anybody that I'm in my kitchen in the next little while? Who cares? I don't. Well, I do care. I should get judiciary justice. Criminal judiciary justice. All those other people complainants, because they're liars. I mean, there's other people that have kitchens. It doesn't bother me what they're doing in their kitchens. I have little interest. I actually have not any interest whatsoever. those other people's kitchens, what they're doing in there. I like their obsessiveness about what I do here and all elsewhere. Marry me? Oh, thank you. I will marry. I will. You marry me? Thank you. 22-year-old boy. Man. Have you dinner? If so, what did you have? I haven't had anything yet. Okay, why? 22 years old. Got a lot to learn. Rest. So you can. My dinner was chickpeas curry. One serving of. I am more hungry, but because I am not very active, athletic recently, I am not eating more. The only thing I can eat is something that's potato. And I got, it's just this big sweet potato. That's too much to eat tonight, so I'm not going to eat that. Hello, everyone. Oh. A lot of times condos enter that rental I mentioned, 21 Shereby Road, and other condominiums tried to show it and told that all pre-existing real estate wasn't real and never existed prior to here. That's their mental health. That's them mentally ill. That's not us. And anyone and everyone that contributed to that other person, those other person's mental health, mentally ill, are just as guilty. And the names we get by mail sometimes, and emails. I mean, just because I don't watch TV 24/7, etc. Their mental health, themselves mentally ill, delusional that the internet, such as this, is some kind of magic, witchery that makes them so superior and can do all those delusions while themselves obsessed with and or without compulsive. So we'll be in my bonnet tonight. I remember one time I got a bunch of mail from people. I was like, who? And I opened them up and I was like, you gotta be joking. And I resealed it and I sent it back and I wrote all over the envelopes that they're stalkers, they're mentally ill, their mental health's not well, and yeah, because it's internet that they must have had something. So I was like, oh, they have paranoid psychosis, paranoid schizophrenia. I returned it. with and or without those other people, continued being to and on, in, out from, and by my neighborhood residential and corporate companies and businesses, hospitals, etc. Those were residential here, there, everywhere, you know. It's like I went to the CIBC the other day. Excuse me, my bank, one of the banks, a bank. I went to a bank, and I was told blah 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 that I couldn't get somebody to talk to. I had to make an appointment with my advisor or whatever. I'm like, no, I don't. I can talk to anybody I want to. And she was a teller, and she was adamant she was right. And I got directed eventually to another office, and I went in there. It was sort of like that. Took less than 30 minutes to get that meeting over and done with. I mean, I haven't hurt my mom all day today, and anyone that accused me of ever abusing my parents lied. And most often they did, and they did. Including some of my, my mom's side of my family, alleged relatives, and my dad, alleged relatives, my dad's side of the family, alleged relatives. All over Facebook and some other places. I found them. I just happened to, I didn't even scroll them, Google them originally. I found out that they were there, and I was like, I tried to get them to get off because, and they couldn't even, alleged photos they got from us. They were posting all over the internet as themselves, and then they tried to lie and said it was us, that we made it all up, and then their ISPs got traced eventually, and they were even videotaped and blogged, did it, photographed, did it. When you go on Facebook, you can look up a bunch of names. They have photos and everything. It's complete and utter slander and defamation, all about my parents, my parents' parents, my parents' parents' parents, and my parents' 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 parents, and all animals and all pets, all fur babies, and myself and others. All examples: Patricia McDonald Cole, with and or without an S at the end of the E, and Lisa Brennis and David Bellis, Lorna Brennis, uh, Susan and Paul Hardy, Brenda White, uh, Janice Payton, Aaron Hamilton, Bill Beckett, who's not a family or anything. His name is just, he did that. It was on the internet, and then to and about us more. None of them are related outside of the words Bellis and Thompson, allegedly Thompsons. But seriously, nothing. I never did that, and that's why I've been on the internet lots more than I should, can, could, may, must, and need be, because self-defense. I was just defending myself and my parents and my parents' parents and my parents' parents' parents and my parents' 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 parents, and all animals and all pets, all fur babies, and myself. my mom, disabilities and mental health went awry, and my mom didn't feel well. And her hierarchy, all about my parents, and my parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents, and my parents' 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 parents, and all animals and all pets, all fur babies and myself, and one and more others, all historical, all geographical, all financial, and all new, all witnessed. All true, and all about my parents, my parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents, and my parents' 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 parents, and all animals and all pets, all fur babies, and myself. And my mom tried, showed, and told others as. Yeah, other people knew us earlier. I know my mom, and knew my mom was lying. With extravaganzas about herself being the matriarch hierarchy, and said all the trouble my mom caused. And I'm sure by the end of this year I'll have more of it to clean up. My father had some of it too happened in his lifetime. My mom and others. And I want a release of information worldwide. All geographical, all historical, and all financial, and all new. Here, elsewhere, everywhere. And why other people accuse stalkers, and actually did do stalking, were to add on and out from and by where were my parents and my parents' parents and my parents' parents' parents and my parents' 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 parents, and all animals and all pets, all fur babies and myself. Phone calls, phones, mail, text messages, emails, etc., internet trolling, such as here, there, everywhere, including YouTube community posts, posted, etc. I mean, why would I want to admit that I ever met and knew a stalker? Seriously. Why? But I don't have to. The evidence is all out there already. I'm a book club reader, and when my mom starts to storytell, anybody, anybody, and everybody that reads books, read one and more books, if you're gonna lie, get your facts straight instead of sounding like a book that you've read. I have tried more than 16 years to get my mom mental health help. All before, all during, since December 12th, 2024. Instead. It's ridiculous. And anyone and everyone that's accused me of being the scum of the earth, instead themselves. Because I'm not. I do. I hope all those other people, stalkers, that I mentioned on my community post page, especially celebrity stalker Norman Thompson, really does get judicially punished, jailed, with and or without parole, center probation's new, and with and or without suit. That man, stalker. All about, all to, and all about my parents' parents, my parents' parents' parents, my parents' 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 parents, and all animals and all pets, all fur babies, and myself, and all others. Everything, everywhere. Because he deserves it. Very. And we often get mail addressed to other people here. Well, they're not here. They've used this address and plunked their name on it. They put their name on it. Mail too. And they don't even live here. They're not residents, they're not guests, they're not staff. It's always return to center, return to center, Return to sender. All times. I got more. Yes, return to sender. How are you doing, ma'am? I'm good. So how are you doing, ma'am? I'm okay. Where is she? What's wrong now? Oh, hello. Just resting and moaning. I'm just resting and moaning, having one of the I don't want to leave home days. I don't want to get dressed. I just want to stay in my pajamas and stay home with privacy and safety of the residents and their visitors and their staff and my staff and my mom, nurse. Hi, hello. It's a complete and utter rest day. And I should be elevating my feet. I might do that during my coffee. Uh, oh, and also I might be feeling less pain too because I've been eating and drinking lots of stuff today and yesterday and Friday, I suppose. Maybe not Friday. High iron, ferritin foods and beverages outside of caffeine, and wounds and injuries, pains have been replaced by high iron ferritin pains. The pain relievers are working. Do the police come to speak to us about this live stream and all other times? Why don't they have something greater and better to did and do like actual law enforcement instead of being a stalker themselves on and off the internet and elsewhere, all doors and all windows? Instead of protecting the stalkers, they should have been investing time and space and arrested them already. Victim. And my mom, my parents, and my parents' parents, my parents' parents, parents, and my parents' parents, 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 and all animals, and all pets, all fur babies, and myself were victimized by all those stalkers. And I won't shut up about it until I know for a fact that some of them, and or well, preferably all of them, arrested and jailed accordingly, with and without paroles and or probations each, with and or without sued each of those stalkers. About, to, and about. All about, all to, and all about my parents and my parents' parents, my parents' parents' parents, and my parents' 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 parents, and all animals, and all pets, all fur babies, and myself, and others. All. All. hmm I remember where we used to live when we had landline phones. We used to get phone calls asking for somebody named John Mike, my father alleged nephew. Several addresses, wanted to speak to him. He didn't live there. He wasn't living with us. John Mike wasn't living with us. All witnessed. I mean, they weren't even in my father's will and his. I mean, to God, anything. All before, all during, all later, and all since my dad will. Nothing was will to them that they tried to God. It's as though, they accused and alleged every time I returned home that it was me and not them. That it was me that was doing all that stuff, including break and entered, trespassed, and all other sorts, including stalking, harassing, and bullying, and internet and all that stuff. I've my mom and I've lived with my parents and my mom most of my life. My parents, my dad, my mom, me, pets, Furby, all animals, all pets, all animals and all pets, all Furby, almost all my life. I'm like the unclaimed treasure. I've had relationships, historical, geographical, and financial. I've done all that. I even worked some when I was younger till my mom got too sick and disabled and needed my help all the more. And some days are better than others. When my mom gets harassed and bullied lots, she gets temperamental and takes it out on me. And I'm like, you gotta get that temper under control, or we have to cancel because we can't go on special needs rides or disability rides or anything. Nobody will allow us in until you calm down. And sometimes we return home and I'm putting on the kettle or I'm going to my room to rest. Oh, I'm a cat alive living with us, the little darling that he is. I still say the word is because is, even in death, my cat is dead, died, and is. Although was, I still like to use the word is. As with all pets, all fur babies, is. when my mom said to me, "Oh, Norman has canceled his trip here to Canada. He's not coming because he didn't like what was on the internet about him." I was like, "Okay, okay." And how did he find out? He said somebody named James and Angela showed and told him. James or Angela. James and or Angela showed and told him, and or himself. And he didn't like it and he didn't want to come. I'm like, why? He wasn't even invited. He just self-invited himself and has to go stay in a hotel or motel. We didn't even invite him. And do you recall, Mother? You didn't want him. You disowned him years ago. You went to the police to complain. You had your phone number changed and everything several times. She has. Several times she's had her phone number changed, not to get rid of me, to get rid of phone calls and everything. And it's not because I forgot. They forgot. My mom forgot. I mean, we don't even invite them for that and for birthdays and Christmases and New Year's Eves, New Year's Days, um, and Valentine's Day and Easter's and Canada Days and Thanksgivings and Halloweens, anything and everything. It's a home. It's not a party room, you know. It's not a hotel. It's not a motel. It's a home. I'm not going to give up my bed in order to have one of them sleep in it. You know what I mean? And not any of them should, can, could, may, must, and need were to add on, in, out from, and by here and anywhere else's were residential, with and or without my being home, and live streaming, real time, recorded, filmed, videotaped, photographed, with and or without me home. And then try to show and told that publicly examples police, justice of the peace, courts, social media, virtually internet uh, media. As soon as anyone sees any of that, they should, can, could, may, must, need reported it to the police or somebody, and they should have those voyeuristic stalkers. Those stalkers should, can, could, may, must, and need be judicially punished, arrested, jailed, with and or without paroles and or probations, new, with and or without suit, new. Oh, stalkers. Including, there's no way they should have contacted my employers and showed and told them that they didn't want me to work there anymore and that they didn't want me to have memberships there anymore. They didn't want me there anymore. It's none of their business. And anybody and everybody that reached out and did that, they're stalkers. Stalking me and all those other people. And eventually the truth is going to come out sooner or later. All before, all during, all later, and all since December 19, 2019. I mean, I'll upload it once more on my community page, community post page. I've already community posted it already there. But I'll do it again, and it applied elsewhere, and it should, can, could, may, must, and need apply here. Applies here. Other residents should, can, could, may, must, and need, did, and do. All about and all to us in the building. All documented, all witnessed, including all security cameras on, all witnessed. I mean, my doing this live stream and all other live streams, I'm not stalking my parents and my parents' parents and my parents' parents' parents and my parents' 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 parents and all animals and all pets, all fur babies and myself and one and more others and all other types too. And all should, can, could, may, must, and need, show and tell, and showed and tell, all that and all those. And all logged, all published, all public. Mom, I think I am going to